PJ, it's amazing when you think about not only the series you're calling and how everything is flipped. That's based on injury. We don't really have injuries to talk about with Dallas and the Clippers. And yet on Friday, I was hosting a show with Bart Scott. You came on. We were talking about maybe Kawhi's going to end up in New York because they're going to have to blow that whole thing up because it's such a disaster. And all of a sudden now, Sunday night at like 10 o'clock at night, we're like, oh, my God, the Clippers not only will have flipped the script this weekend, the way they're playing right now, Dallas might not get another game. If you're a Mavericks fan and you've watched what you saw this weekend, what would you be thinking?
I'd be thinking similar to what we just talked about. If Luka Doncic is not close to 100%, then that series is over. I was not aware of that injury. I'm watching late, and all of a sudden, when he comes out at halftime and he's got the wraps and the packs on his neck, you just shake your head. I thought it was going to be a very, very competitive series. I think it still may. I don't care that they were able to step up, ratchet it up, play really well. Their two stars played extremely well. Games 1 and 2 were not that long ago, so that series is far from over. But a healthy Luka Doncic can give Dallas a real opportunity to win the series. Again, he needs to do special things. That's just not fair to anybody in this league. But like you kind of look at it and say, well, Luka's got to get at least 35, and he's got to have double-digit assists for Dallas to have a chance. I mean, it's ridiculous to say something like that against a team that's a good defensive team and has two of the best wing or perimeter defenders in the entire NBA. But that's reality for the Dallas Mavericks.
Yeah, watching them play defense, though, the last couple of games, they look totally different. It's funny because they all said, hey, we're good. We're going to go to Dallas, and we're good. And, of course, everybody said, you're lying. Right? Nobody comes back from losing the first two games at home and then win a series. But they looked like they flipped a defensive switch in the last couple of games that I didn't know that they could flip the way they did. Do you agree with that?
Well, I don't think anybody knew other than the players themselves. I think there was a lot of skepticism. I mean, again, it wasn't that long ago, and it wasn't just that they lost or not like they got beat on the last shot of the game and they outplayed the Mavs the whole game and bad luck, we lost. They looked like they were badly outplayed. They looked like they were listless, and most importantly, which you just referenced, they weren't defending the way they're capable of defending. That's not a good. That's an excellent defensive team when they play like that. That's the thing about the Lakers too. The Lakers' defense is so good, it can keep them in games. But I don't know if they can win, 4 games out of 7 against the caliber of opposition they're going to face. There's no easy series at all in the West, even remotely close, and particularly when you start, from the 7th slot that the Lakers are going to have to do. But defense is amazing in the playoffs. You can really lock in on a team. Danny sees that more where you get a week to get ready for a team and, you make adjustments. You can do some things. Normally in the NBA, you don't see that because the games come so quickly, especially in a season like this one. But this is more like college basketball where you have days to get ready and you can really zero in on an opponent. So it's harder to score, and it's a real advantage for defense during the playoffs.
That may – one more before we let you go, Coach. That may lead into the next question, which is how surprised are you by how bad the Knicks have looked?
I'm very surprised. I thought that was – it still may be. I thought it was going to be a great series. I thought that was a classic 4-5, two teams playing as well as anybody the last month of the season. They were both playing at a really high level. They both had young superstars or budding superstars. I didn't think Julius Randle would struggle the way he has. I didn't think the Knicks as a team would struggle defensively the way they have. I'm surprised. Hats off to Trae Young, Nate McMillan, that entire team, the way they're playing. I didn't see that coming at all. And that's one of the few where injuries, to me, the biggest story so far has been injuries. I mean, you got teams like Boston, Jaylen Brown, was out before we even started. There's a number of really elite players in the league that were out before we started this. already we've had a ton of injuries for how few teams are still playing and the injuries that have impacted. I mean, last night, Boston, you got Jalen's in street close, Kemba Walker, and Rob Williams can't play. That's not unusual. Maybe they're the hardest hit, but virtually every team in the league has somebody that's either out or guys are dinged up and can't go, and we're just starting the playoffs. I hate to think it's only going to get worse, but given what's happened so far, you would think it's likely we're going to see more injuries.